I'm so happy and excited to tell you about our official sponsors of the full season of She Loves Herself, the podcast, the grief season. Oh my goodness, this partnership could not be more aligned if I tried. What I love about this brand and the people behind it is not only that the product is absolutely incredible, but the two people behind it are very, very special people. Their core values and what their mission is in this lifetime on earth is to serve and support people with their natural health and their natural healing. Let me tell you about Becky and Nathan Bowles. They are an incredible couple. They have 4 children, and Becky has a background in science, and for the past 9 years they have been official distributors for DoTerra Essential Oils here in the UK. So I am a huge fan of essential oils, and I have been for many, many years, but I've never found one brand that has ticked every box for me. So many essential oils smell amazing, but the smell goes away. I don't really always feel the full benefits of what I believe I should. There's quite a bit added, some things taken away, some things diluted. And that's what makes DoTerra Essential Oils completely different from any other ones that I've used before. 100% essential oils. They're pure, powerful and potent essential oils with nothing added and nothing taken away. I cannot recommend this brand enough because not only does it support natural healing, it's products that I can use on my children, my pet dog. It supports our emotional health, our physical health, my spiritual health. And there are so many benefits to a really good quality of essential oil. And I'm so glad that Becky and Nathan and I have connected, and we feel that this is just a great product to really support you all on your journey. So the exciting news with this is, because you are a She Loves Herself podcast listener, you get 25% discount. So I am going to drop the link in the show notes. All you need to do is click on the link and it will take you to a page just for our podcast listeners, and you will get 25% off your essential oils. This is quality products. I love them. I notice a difference as soon as I use them. So I cannot recommend them enough. Or you can visit the website www.botanistkitchen.co.uk, but make sure that you go over to the podcast page to get your 25% discount. Please let me know how you get on, because I know that you are going to love them just as much as me. Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new season of She Loves Herself, the podcast. We are on season 7, and this is a brand new season with a brand new look and feel. So of course it is still the She Loves Herself podcast. It is still about self-love and empowerment. But this season we are focusing on grief and loss. And my intention with this is to support anyone that is navigating grief or loss in their life right now. We are on the lead up to Christmas. We are working our way through Christmas. And whilst Christmas can feel so joyous and special for so many people, it is also a time where so many people reflect on loss and death and grieving. And I created this because I too am going through loss right now. We lost my amazing mum 3 months ago. And this is a real process that I have been working through for, many, many years, but actually since she passed away, I have been working through the loss of having her not here anymore and what that looks and feels like. So I want to support as many people in this space. So in this season, we are joined by so many incredible guests who are here to share their stories, share their wisdom and their insights and support for you, the listener. I will also be continuing to do the Monday episodes. These are solo episodes, but every Friday I am joined by a brilliant guest. So please enjoy this season. It maybe doesn't resonate with you right now, but it's maybe something that you may revisit in the future. And if you do feel like it will benefit someone, please don't forget to share this, because it may just be the thing that someone really needs to hear right now. Thank you so much and enjoy season 7. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of She Loves Herself, the podcast. It's the grief season, and today I want to talk to you about being in full surrender and navigating through change, grief, and difficult times in our life. And I'm recording this, and I have been in this process for a number of months now. It's actually 12 weeks since my mum passed away as I record this. And I honestly believe in so many ways that everything that I've experienced has led me up into this point where I have been in full surrender. So going to Bali and being catapulted into grief, and that trip that where everything went wrong but everything went right. Like from the second I got on that flight, everything crumbled around me, and it was definitely an ego death. When I talk about an ego death, for those of you who are avid listeners to this podcast, you will know that I'm talking about ego in the sense that everyone has an ego, okay? And the ego definitely lives in the mind. But this is our attachment to people, situations, to things. And it's something that I have worked on for years now, is to really come home to myself, to my soul, and to really trust the wisdom within and work with my body a lot. And over the past 5.5 years, I've done that. I also work with clients in this space. So anyone that has worked with me one-to-one or worked with me in that container, that small safe space, will understand that we always work with the body, and I use different practices to do this, and I intuit a lot, and we work somatically and move a lot of trauma and emotion that has been stored in the body, and we move it through the body and out of the body. And this is all about how we alchemize these emotions, because I see a lot of, and with good intention, right? But there can be a lot of toxic positivity out there where it's like, just say these affirmations and just chase like all those good feelings and get up and all these things. And whilst, of course, we are infinite beings, abundance is all around us. If we do not work on the trapped, stuck emotion in our bodies, then we are never going to fully understand and feel what it feels like to receive. And I mean to receive love, to receive anything in this world. If we cannot fully receive ourselves, if we cannot fully accept our light and our dark, our shame, our anger, our resentment, all of these emotions that we try and cover up with, affirmations that are the opposite of these emotions, if we are not accepting of ourself in its entirety. Now, accepting doesn't mean that we need to just live with it. Oh, well, that's who I am. I'm this. And when we label it, I'm this. So, that I just need to accept that. I'm not talking about that. It's that awareness. Then comes acceptance. I'm accepting that I have, attachments to X, Y, or Z. I'm accepting that I feel a lot of anger in my body, and I feel a lot of resentment towards this person or that person. If we can't accept parts of ourselves, then we're never going to get the desired result that we are looking for, because we're searching outside of ourselves for a fix. And all that we're going to receive back is an absolute mirror of how we're showing up for ourselves. It has to start with us accepting ourselves and really being in that full surrender. And if you think about it,
And actually, as I was reflecting, I seem to do this every year at this time of the year. I winter. And we are seasonal beings too, right? But we try and force ourselves not to be. We try and like bypass grief. We try and bypass emotions by numbing, by toxic positivity, by chasing something else, by not feeling. And we're trying to bypass life because life isn't always about all of the joy and all of the good, right? It is seasonal. There are shitty things that happen in people's lives. We're not here to bypass that. We are here to feel it in its entirety. We are here to feel all of our emotions. We are here to grieve. We are here to also love and to explore and to be abundant. We're here to have it all. But if we are constantly just chasing the joy all the time, we are neglecting huge parts of ourselves that we need to feel to grow. We need to shed layers so that we can rebloom, rebirth, grow, expand, and evolve again. We are evolving beings. Nothing stays still. If you think of a season and, you know, we are like spring, summer, winter. When you get to winter, you know, we don't look at the trees outside. I'm looking at my garden right now and they're bare, right? And yeah, they don't, you know, they don't look as pretty as they do in summer, right? But it's a necessary process that they're in right now. It's a necessary process to shed those leaves, to winter, to hibernate, and then to grow, expand, and evolve and bloom again. And we are the same. We need to shed layers of emotions, layers of our identities, and the various masks and weights that we carry over our years in this lifetime. We need to shed that shit so that we can grow, expand, and evolve. And if we do not surrender into it and just allow nature, the universe, God, to do its job, then we are carrying so much shit and weight that needs to be transcended. It needs to be alchemized. It needs to move through us and out of us to create space for expansion, space for growth. Yet we often get stuck in the space of avoid. Pain is necessary. There is no love without pain. There is no light without dark. And if we start to just accept that quite often it isn't happening to us, it is happening for us to grow, for us to shed those layers, those weights, those identities, those downright shitty things that we're holding on to so tightly. Because guess what? The ego doesn't want to let go. It doesn't want to let go. It wants to hold on to it all because it's so scared. So the battle that we have is often not with the external world and the things that are happening to us. The battle that we're tending to have is our resistance to surrender and to allow. And I think there's so much fear of just allowing because we're so scared of what if we just stay in the mire and we sit in that. We don't, because our natural way of being is to grow and expand and evolve. And if we just allow ourselves to feel deeply, to feel our emotions, to winter when we need to winter, to knuckle down and, become the chrysalis before it becomes the butterfly. Because without the caterpillar going into the chrysalis, there would be no butterfly. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see my beautiful butterfly wings behind me. And that's a real representation of life after death. Because often when we lose someone, and I've spoken about this before, it's the most painful thing, because when we love hard, we hurt hard. that there are so many lessons in grief if we just allow ourselves to view grief differently, to view death differently. And of course it hurts, but guess what? I don't think it ever will stop hurting. I think that if we just surrender into it, our capacity to hold space for grief and hold space for death and loss is just bigger, which means that we can just take on more, as in take on more space and have more space to, and that duality of grieving, but also the beauty that comes with that, because it allows us to rebirth. It allows us to see, right, with that experience happening, what am I no longer going to hold on to? What identities can I lose in losing this person, this situation, this experience? Who am I ready to be now? Who am I ready to expand into if I just allow myself to take the space and take the time that I need? Because right now I know for sure that I am expanding and I am growing, and I don't know what that looks like, but the time that I'm taking is allowing me to shed and to release, and not to lose that person from my life, but to take them with me on the journey, but to decide to let go of parts of my identity, parts of that ego that no longer serves me, that no longer resonates with who I am. And had I not taken that time, that wouldn't have happened. And I've just kept going and doing what I was doing before, which, by the way, was authentic to me at the time. For absolute sure it was. But my capacity now, there's more space there to let in more truth, more authenticity, more space, more freedom. And I want to give you that invitation to do the same for yourself. What is truly aligned to you? What do you really want for the rest of your life? And maybe you don't know the answer to that, but what do you want right now? What do you need? And who do you need to be? Who do you need to be right now to allow all of that to move through you? What do you need to accept about yourself? What do you need to receive? What do you need to feel? If it's years and years of suppressed emotion, give yourself the space to feel it, to take it. It is not separate from you, it is you. And with all of these emotions, underneath all of them, the deepest desire is love. When we're angry, we still want to express our anger, we want to feel loved. When we feel shame, we want to be able to express everything that we feel shame around and still be loved. But you must do this for yourself. So if you're self-abandoning and you are not fully processing your emotions and allowing yourself to be and to feel, you're trying to bypass a huge part of your spiritual path, your growth. And it's just going to keep knocking on the door. And it's going to start manifesting and showing up in different ways in your life, in relationships, in friendships, in business, in your health, your physical health, your emotional health. Take what you need. Winter. Allow yourself to winter and just to shed, to surrender. And know that when you do that, your path is going to become so much clearer when you shed and when you release all of that weight that you are carrying. I hope this was helpful. I'm sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful week.